Towel mobility. You're going to grab yourself a towel that's about 2 feet in length and a yoga mat, and you are set and ready to rock and roll. We're going to be going through a full body routine, 10 minutes, all we need, so that you can feel amazing in your body. Let's start. We're going to take our towel, pull it apart. That's going to be really essential when we get through our exercises today, is to create tension. And also, let's think about turning our knuckles outwards. Lateral movements are continuous, meaning you're trying to keep that towel pulling apart. And then we're going to pull and wrap our elbows down and up. That's our first movement. Just getting the shoulders to move, using the towel as a way to signal, hey body, let's break this towel. Let's turn it in like we're bending crowbars. Notice what happens in your shoulder. You're starting to squeeze your lat muscles, your pecs turn on. We really feel this tightening, like you're squeezing, lemons in your armpits. Okay, from this position, you're gonna hinge forward, take a bow, back is straight. We're gonna reach up, nice and high, and then come back down. Keep the towel pulled apart. Just exploring range of motion, seeing how high you can go without turning on any pain, any super hardcore discomfort. Just getting shoulders prepared, moving through the range of motion. All right, nice and strong. Everyone hold up, pull the towel apart, and let's start to bend. Wrap those elbows in. A little bit of heat turning on right away. Yeah, you're like, what? This is mobility? Holy smokes, this is hard. All right, good. From here, you can stand up for a bit. Take the towel with a microphone grip and then take the other hand down, okay? So your hands are in these opposite position. And from here, we're gonna turn on the shoulders again. This time, we're gonna hinge forward slightly, butt out, back flat, and you're gonna pull up. Okay, so we're going to the corner. You can see I'm gonna turn that view towards you. I'm using a little resistance in the bottom arm. I'm gonna pull up. What we're trying to do here is create some tension and resistance throughout the range of our shoulder as a way to turn it on, okay, and tell the body, all right, let's get warm. Just a few more reps and start to search not just diagonally, but let's go wide. It's like you're doing your own resistance training. Good. Let's take it up. Switch the hand, microphone grip. Yes, we will get into our stretching part of it, which is probably the most beautiful, lovely sensation. But for now, juice. Let's get the juice flowing. Okay, so resistance here. Pull across. Keep that arm nice and straight while the bottom arm is just adding some resistance, not so much to the point where you're straining or shaking and trembling, just enough, maybe like 10 to 20% resistance, as if you're pulling up and down on maybe a 5-10 pound, but it's all relative, 5 and 10 pound could be heavy for you. Something light. I'm going now diagonal and then wide. All right, fantastic. From here, take a knee. We're gonna go overhead, so let's sit on our shins. We're gonna go up and over, and then you're gonna pull down. See if you can get that towel behind your head, okay? Behind your head without having to move it forward. All right, so up, over, keep pulling the towel apart, and then slowly pull that towel to the back of your head and neck. I'm gonna show you. It's just as if I'm doing the same thing, gliding my back, my arms against the wall. You'll see this in another episode where we'll be using the wall, but it's the same thing, okay? So, pulling it up, sliding it down, really warming up the joints here, creating that resistance. All right, from here, we're gonna go into our push. So in plank position, you can go on the toes or on your knees, okay? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna pull the towel with one arm. You're not gonna be able to see any motion happening, okay? So I'm gonna go with wide legs. I'm gonna lift my left hand off the ground and I'm gonna pull for 3, 2, 1. The core trembles. Yeah, you're gonna build up a little sweat here. Pull the other hand, 3, 2, 1. So now we're creating some tension force in this plane of motion. All right, pull, 3, 2, 1. Good. Take the other hand, pull, 3, 2, 1. We'll go one more. 3, 2, 1, and break. Woo! Without the towel, actually, you know what? You can put it right on your back. And see how I've curled it up? We're gonna go into some shoulder protraction and retraction. So when I go down, I'm gonna droop my chest through and I'm gonna think about squeezing the shoulder blades into that towel. Then I'm gonna push away and round and pull my shoulder blades away from that towel. Squeeze it in between your shoulder blades and then pull apart. Retracting and protracting. So we're gonna push away. That's called protracting. And then as you pull yourself in, shoulder blades together, that's retraction. So we're retracting the shoulder blades deep into the spine. And then we're gonna push away so we can really feel them spread apart. Just a few more here. All right, super. Now that it's right on my back, this next one is a little flossing exercise. Okay, so back to that resistance. I'm going to take the bottom hand, I'm going to tug slightly down, and I'm going to really feel that stretch in my tricep, my right tricep, and that arm, and then I'm going to switch. I'm going to start to pull up, really deepening that range of my shoulder, but also activating my right arm. So pulling down with the bottom hand to stretch and lengthen the upper, and then pulling the bottom hand up with the upper hand. So we're going back and forth here. Now let's see if we can do this without letting our knuckles touch our back side. Okay, good stuff. Let's switch it. Whew, I'm feeling the heat right now. So you're trying to grip as close towards the center as possible. And let's start off with a downward pull and then an upward pull. Ooh. It's okay if your back glides against your hands or hands glide against your back. We'll start to build in a little separation. Okay, so let's have our hands not touch our back. You might not have that same amount of range of motion. That's okay. Stretching it out and then activating it. Stretching it out, then activating. Well done. All right. All right, so from there you got in a good amount of activation. So I'm feeling warm right now, very warm, almost to the point of light sweat. Now we're gonna get into some stretching. Okay, so we find our end range, we stretch into them, and then we enjoy. We enjoy what we can get out of it. So I'm gonna be in a bent over position. I'm gonna grab on to one end. So I'm stepping on the towel with my left foot, grabbing with my right, and all I'm gonna do is round my back and then shift away from the foot that's clamped down. Round my back and then arch. So we're trying to get that shoulder stretch. And just play around in this position. You don't have to follow me exactly, but notice, like, while you're here, you can shift around and feel a deeper stretch. If you start to move forward and back, move your pelvis forward and back, and just play around with that. Good. Even as I close my shoulder down, reach towards the other leg. Woo! There's another deltoid to shoulder stretch there. And I'm just playing around, moving forward and back. Okay, I'm gonna come out of that one. And because my towel is long enough, I'm gonna step in. It's barely long enough. All right, so I've got an anchor point that's gonna anchor my hand down, and this is gonna stretch out the neck. So right away here, I'm going to tilt my head over to the opposite shoulder, and then because my hand is being pulled down, get that really nice neck stretch to complement the back part of my shoulder stretch. And from here I can pull with my hand and start to add a little more. Ooh, that is beautiful. Tilting the head forward and then tilting the head back. Back to the original, and let's start to turn the towel. Twist the towel open. Feel what happens there in that stretch, and then unturn it. And so we can really get a very similar kind of outcome with understanding where the stretch can start from and where it can end from, and we can flip those two ends. So you saw before I was just moving the head while the hand was still. Now I've switched it. My head is still, but my hand is the one that's rotating. That could be a game changer for you. Good. Let's switch. Under. Stepping under. So whatever towel you have left, okay, you might have to grab a longer towel if you're a really tall person. And again, I tilt over. Ooh. I'm going to start to do some multi-directional angling with my head. So I'm going to pull, feel a little bit more. Tilt the head forward, chin down towards the collarbone. Ooh, mama. I breathe. And I look up. Ooh, mama. All the way up my jaw. Okay, back to center. And from here, I'm going to use my hand to rotate. Open the palm towards you guys, and then close it back, while still maintaining that really deep neck stretch. Oh, yeah. Wonderful. That is an amazing neck stretch. Okay, we've gotten some upper body going on. Let's go into the lower body. All right, this is a classic hamstring stretch. Lying on my back, take the towel, loop it around the foot, and all I'm gonna do is press as far as I can. So if you're really tight, you might have a bent knee like this. That's totally cool. So what we're gonna do is when we're here in this slight bent position, when we're feeling the stretch, but it's not too crazy hardcore, you're going to look down. So you're gonna look down, chin to chest. Then, as I press my heel up to the sky, I'm gonna look up. And I'm gonna go back and forth. It's called flossing. So the hamstring is pulling right deep into the butt, and then that extension is coming up through the spine. And as I look up, I'm decreasing the length of my spine. Well, that's the muscles that attach all the way along that spine. So I'm giving a little bit of floss. So think of the crown of the head to the heel. The heel and the head are closer together and then further apart. All right, from here, almost your full stretch, you're gonna grab it with both hands, your towel end with both ends, and then you're gonna pull sideways. Without letting yourself flip over to the side, you're gonna let it drift across as far as you can and then pull up. So there's gonna be a little bit of grip strength that's required here. Just hold and breathe. We're gonna bend the knee and then press into it. So bending the knee, releasing it, and then extending, turning it on. Deep stretch there. Oh yeah. Now let's take the towel in the opposite hand. Okay, and then you're gonna pull it slightly across to the point where your butt still can stay on the floor. Okay, and we're gonna hike our leg up as high as we can. And again, we're gonna bend the knee, relaxed, easier, and then press out into the towel. Oh, bing, 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 bing. Bend the knee, press out. Keep those toes curled towards you. Bend the knee, press out. Oh, mama. Breathing. We're just dipping into that uncomfortable range, that potentially new range, or a range that you've never accessed or you haven't accessed in a long time. Just getting the nervous system primed so that it understands, oh, I've been here before. We can come back. It's uncomfortable. I don't like it, but it's doable. All right, release. Let's switch and we'll be done today's routine. Hook it around. Grab with both hands, slight bend in the knee. From here, we can pull it a little higher. Bottom leg stays straight, just be aware. Bottom leg nice and straight. Then we press up, press through the heels, curl the toes, and then bend the knee. Unbend it by straightening. Ooh, yeah. And then down. Press up. Maybe you can add a rotation of the ankle. And then down. I'm free flowing, freestyling here. Y'all know my flow, my style. Feel free to pause the video, and if you want to do the other side and catch some rotational movement within the hip socket, go ahead. It's a follow along, but the beautiful thing about on demand is, of course, if you like something more, take your time, enjoy it. We'll definitely encourage more of that solo exploration than just following me. Because what do I know, right? Okay, let's go really wide with that leg. Oh, my wall is gonna block me, so I'm just gonna turn over sideways. I'm gonna pull, 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 pull as wide as I can manage. And then from here, I'm gonna bend the knee, give my hips a little bit of a break, and then I'm gonna press out. Groin, hamstrings. Bend the knee, press it out. Bend the knee, press. Wide leg press. Ooh, shaky coming out of that one. It's not bad that it's shaking, but you're going to a limit there. Nervous system's telling you. Okay, switch the hand. Slight bend in the knee. Pull across so you feel the stretch on the outside of the leg. Making sure you don't pull too far all the way across. That can be done for another time. We're gonna bend the knee and we're gonna do some press outs. Oh yeah, let's try to get those toes flexed, the dorsiflexed, pulling in towards your shin. Okay, that feels really good. All right, guys, girls, humans, that is it for this towel stretch. I hope you enjoyed. I actually didn't get to the other side. Maybe I should. Did I get to this one? Oh, you're catching me on a funny day. I just remembered at the end. So let's make sure we catch it. Stepping under, rounding. I think it was because I got so caught up in the neck stretch. But here, we're gripping on low. And then we're going to shift over to the side. And you're going to feel that reach under stretch down through the shoulder blade. Maybe I'll cross. Oh, yeah. That's so good. It goes all the way through my shoulder, into my lower back. I can even turn. Oh, yeah. Beautiful. Now, while that we're here, why not stretch the arms, the chest, okay? So I'm going to grab as tightly in as possible, okay? And from here, I'm going to press open the chest, and I'm just going to pull my hands up, away from the ground, and then down. Pulling up, lift the chest. Oh yeah, big stretch there. And down. And one more. Pull, pull, pull. Chest lifts. And then from this position, just sway side to side. You can even widen your hands just a little bit. Bend over, pull even higher. Oh yeah, that's a great finisher stretch. And you are good. So there you have it. We got a lot of stuff done. Thank you for being patient with that last little piece there. But hey, you know what? We got it done anyways, all right? So I hope you feel amazing in your body. You use the towel as a nice tool to help get you to different ranges, to add some more creativity to your mobility. And you know what? May the flow be with you. Peace.